Hey everyone. I wasn't even sure that I was going to get to show you guys an out front video this season at all. My front garden, as I've told you before, has been sorely neglected, disrespected by me because I focused all of my energies on the backyard this year. And also I lost some shrubs, some hydrangeas. Last year they showed signs that they were on their way out. This year they completely died, and any motivation that I had to work out here was gone and went with them. But I have some great new plants to show you guys. My friends at Southern Living Plant Collection and Encore Azalea sent some gorgeous shrubs that I am super excited to plant for the fall. I have some in the ground right now, but it really charged me up and motivated me and got me inspired to be out here again. So I've really been enjoying it. In the front path on either side here, I went ahead and re-edged, sharpened up the edge with my half moon edger, redefined my borders, cut out any crabgrass or weeds that was growing in, and believe me when I tell you, there was a lot. It was a hot mess out here. But it's looking so good and so fall with only 3 mums, by the way. I don't ever overdo it with the mums. I feel like they're so fleeting, and it's almost 80 degrees today after a really long, cool and rainy spell. So these are just going to open right up, and they do fizzle out pretty quickly. You got to keep your mums very well hydrated, and they don't last very long, unfortunately. So 3 mums, 1, 2, 3, and they do give such a bright and fun pop of color. Nice fresh edging here. I do still have my alyssum and a couple of petunias that look pretty good, so I left them. Nothing wrong with leaving these summer plants if they still look good. I'm a big believer in that. If something looks good, it stays. I don't pull out the things that look good. I leave them and I incorporate other things. I added in my little pumpkin with the birds. You guys have probably seen that over the years. About a month ago I came out, I gave my baby gem boxwoods a trim. So I made sure to do that well before, weeks and weeks before frost, because you can see it is pushing out some new tender growth that will have plenty of time to harden off and not get damaged in the cold temperatures. So I gave them one last trim for the season. A few months ago, this season, did pull out. I had some grasses growing along here in front of the boxwoods, and they looked beautiful the first year. Then the second year, I noticed my boxwoods were suffering, and I think that they were just competing too much for nutrients and water. So I went ahead, I took them out, and I'm happy about it because now I'm back to planting my pansies up the path. This is something I do every year in fall, and they're just so wonderful. So pansies I love to plant here. Again, if you're new here, I'm in Zone 7, New Jersey. I'll plant these in fall. I keep them pinched back and groom them up really nice so they stay full and blooming. And in the winter time, they go a bit dormant. I may even get a bloom or 2 in winter, which is always nice to see. But then in spring, I'll cut back any of the tattered foliage, and they bloom when my tulips and daffodils and spring blooming bulbs are coming up. It's just such a nice companion plant for the spring blooming bulbs. Love the pansies, so I'm happy to see them back again. They look so good here up the path. You can see here, well, first of all, I usually do corn stalks up the lamp post. I just was not feeling it. They get so messy. I thought about maybe doing them on the columns. Maybe another year I might, but I did not do them at all this year. Instead, what I did was I left my clematis because the foliage looks so pretty and kind of golden. It's a pink mint clematis. And then I just took some cuttings from the stalks of my Rudbeckia maxima. This is a big, giant cone flower, and the seed pods are so pretty. So I cut those, put them here, and then just kind of wrapped a little grapevine around. I might throw up maybe some little twinkling orange lights or something in there to kind of make it glow a little bit, but this is moving ahead in the right direction. So in the front, you can see, I'll show you this side first so you can see what I'm working with. So this is empty. This is where those wee white hydrangeas were. I loved them for a few years, and then they just gave up on me. I noticed their decline. They just started looking bad. Every year they looked a little bit worse. Anyway, blank slate, new opportunity to try something new. I've got my evergreen yew hedge here, which I love. This is 3 hedges that I planted together several years ago. You can see at this time of year, they get these really nice red berries that the birds love to eat. It looks really pretty in there. But in thinking about redoing this area in the front of the yews, I wanted something evergreen. I wanted something flowering. I wanted something compact and something that was going to give me like not just one bloom, but like lots of blooms. So I have this Encore azalea. I've had this here about 5 years. This is Autumn Lily. And you can see it has beautiful pink striping in there. It's blooming now because it blooms in fall, and it's actually got more buds on the way here. This one I moved, so it's looking this good after a transplant. It was in this corner here. I moved it back because it was really jammed up against a yew hedge I had along here. It's doing great there. It just did not skip a beat. So that was what I wanted. But I wanted one that was going to grow a little bit shorter. So I went ahead and I looked at Encore Azalea's website to see what they have. They had one that was perfect for me. This one is Autumn Ivory. Look at this. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So it's Autumn Ivory. I'm going to come around in the front to show you the plant tag. Autumn Ivory. This one gets to be 2.5 feet tall and 3 feet wide, 4 to 6 hours of direct sun for best blooming. This is going to bloom for me in spring, summer, and fall, just like the Autumn Lily I just showed you. I'm excited. I really am. Now, my parents have a very different house style than me. They have a colonial house, but in the front, they have a yew hedge, and then they have old-fashioned, older variety of azalea, and they're white. And I've always just been in awe of how beautiful that is in the spring. Hello, friends. I just finished up Monday morning coffee at my mom and dad's house, and I am marveling at the azaleas once again because the pink I can see is starting to fade a little bit, but oh my gosh, they are gorgeous. Obviously, you know, they don't continue to bloom. The Encore azaleas will continue to bloom, so I can just picture that. You know, I'll never have to prune them because they're going to be a height I want them to be, and just a thick hedge here in front with the color contrast, the lighter green against the darker green. It's going to be great because when I had those hydrangeas here in the wintertime, they were sticks. So I was relying heavily on the yew hedge to be the winter interest. And then this whole part was just bare sticks. So this is going to be beautiful and thick and lush for all seasons with the repeat blooming. And I'm really, really excited to have a fresh start out here. I have a few bags of mulch I haven't put down yet because I'm also thinking about getting my spring bulbs planted. So I'll talk to you guys more about that. But this gives me some room in the front for some little annuals, maybe tuck a couple more perennials in the back here. But I think it's going to look really great. I've got 3 more I'm going to be planting over on that side. But this is the first I have felt like really excited out here in what feels like a long time. It feels like visiting an old friend. I used to love hanging out on the porch, but then things got under such disarray and just so unkempt that I didn't even want to look at it. So, and the more I didn't look at it, guess what? The more unkempt it got. So in this corner here, it was really just an overgrown mishmash. I had some Weigela here that were just past their prime. They just weren't looking good. They were all woody and stickly and just, I don't know. I was not feeling it. And this is a pretty significant area. This is a big planting space. I've got the hydrangea here that I've limbed up so that I can plant underneath. That's been limbed up for several years now, but I don't think I've really taken advantage of this large swath of space I have here. So now I'm charged up. I'm ready to do it. I've got some new boxwoods. Check these out. Can you believe these are boxwoods? Look at the beautiful elongated foliage on these. This is called Lucky Charm. Sorry if I'm jumping around a little bit out here. I'm trying to get my bearings out here again. It's been a while since I've done a front garden tour, but before I show you the Touch of Gold holly, I did want to show you more information on the Lucky Charm boxwood. So this one is full sun to part shade, only 2.5 to 3 feet high and 2.5 to 3 feet wide. That is perfect. I have a lot of boxwoods that will grow quite tall, so having a boxwood I don't have to prune on, that's going to have a great shape and just stay that way, is amazing. One last thing I have to worry about pruning. This is hardy zones 5 to 9. So Lucky Charm, beautiful. You know, a little drift of them in this area. So that's the plan. Bulking up that evergreen and multi-season interest. And then for this space, so this has always been an awkward corner for me. It's a space where, you know, I want something. I want something to be able to enjoy from the porch, something that's going to be attractive, pulling into the driveway. And I feel like I never have enough blooms in fall. So I wanted a fall blooming shrub, camellias. Camellias are a great option. I chose this one. It gets to be, I think, 5 feet tall. It is Orchid October Magic. Look at this bloom. 4 to 5 feet tall, 3 to 4 feet wide, hardy zone 7 to 9. And I can just imagine, you know, that beautiful, I'm 5 foot tall, so I can picture how tall it's going to be. This beautiful shrub filling in this corner here. So that is going to set back in there. And then the last shrub I wanted to show you, this is Gold Touch Holly. I got to grab the tag. This is Gold Touch Holly, and it's a dwarf holly. Look at this beautiful color. It's hard. It's very bright out right now, so I hope you can see that gorgeous yellow color. I think I might even put these in pots as like a mum alternative over the season. But this corner is so dark that, can't you just see that pop of bright color here and a nice little swoop around? Those are lower and mounded and spreading. I'm going to find the tag. Hold on. I need to go into the backyard, into the greenhouse, to get the tag from the Touch of Gold holly. So while I'm up here, let me just show you some of the little fall goings on that are happening. I hung my witch up. It's been a few years since I've hung her up. And this combo of the boxwoods with the heucheras is just amazing. So I've had these boxwoods in these pots for at least 5 years, just added heucheras last year, and these really do die back in winter. You'll almost think that they're not living. You'll see the crown and not a whole lot else going on, maybe a couple little leaves at the base, but boom, they exploded. And I think it's a great option for a shady porch and a little sprig of ivy there. So, and you can see that Baxter, you know, he's checking out everything that's going on too. He's excited about the garden makeover. He doesn't have to look at weeds anymore. Is it like totally bizarre to be happy and excited over a boot holder? Because I am. I got this little boot holder shelf. This is by Eschert Designs. I got it on Wayfair. It's so cute. I can't even stand it, right? Right here, got my boots. I put a little witch broom and my little owl with the witch hat. Got a little Hogwarts action, a little Harry Potter vibe happening over here. But how sweet is that? Hang my little shovel up and got one of my topiaries and my Wakefield pots. I love it. I love it. I'm feeling so excited to be out here. And I have another little workstation here with some pots and stakes and pruners and plant tags, all but the plant tag that I need, of course. So that's that. My little bistro set, I think I showed you guys that. I added that here over the spring, last spring, and I've really been enjoying it. I'll enjoy it again now that it's cleaned up out here. Like I said, out of sight, out of mind, and I have not been paying any good attention to the front. But look how nice. Got my pots filled here with some Rudbeckia. It just goes to show that you don't need mums to have nice color. And these, since they're perennials, can go right back into the garden. I can plant them, and I will plant them. I love to incorporate flowers into pots that I can then plant out into the garden, and it's, you know, it's not a waste. Ivy, I have this ivy in here. It just lives. It's there forever. I never touch it. It's been there for years. Pansies, I can plant them in the landscape. So all good things. The only thing that won't make it for me is the little ornamental kale. Everything else I can plant into the garden. But just a simple little arrangement this year. Sometimes it can get so cluttered and so confusing up here that it's like, you know, you almost don't know where to walk. So I wanted to just really streamline it. I love the terracotta and how the terracotta kind of fits with the pumpkin-y color. Really pretty. And I wrapped a little grapevine around. I got that from Michael's. Just wrapped it around there, and it kind of looks like the grapevine pumpkin is kind of coming off of it. Just very, very botanical, very autumnal, and very just warm and cozy. I fixed all of the disconnected and broken bulbs and all of my landscape lights, so they're all up and running. I feel really good going into the fall, getting all of this stuff taken care of. Planting those foundation plants and getting the azaleas planted. By the way, I do use the Espoma Biotone starter plant food with every single thing that I plant in the ground. This is no exception. And what that's going to do is it's going to, you know, use that food to build strong roots. Any transplant, I use that. Any new plant, I use that. It's important to not fertilize with a traditional fertilizer at this time of year, though, because you don't want to spur new growth and encourage new growth at this late in the year when we are headed towards winter. Well, I think that's it for the front garden, but I am going to go in the back, and I am going to grab that tag for the Touch of Gold because it is gorgeous, and I want you to learn all about it. I have some more of those Lucky Charms I'm going to be planting back here. I might even replace some that I have here that are looking not so hot due to my own neglect, because you'll remember I took them out of this back garden and kind of held them hostage in pots for far too long. So they are a little bit on the struggle bus, but, you know, we'll see what happens there. Look at these dahlias. They are just looking phenomenal right now. So gorgeous. This is Cafe au Lait Royal. This is your standard Cafe au Lait. Look at that beautiful creamy bloom. That's so good. And that's wood glue because I was fixing something. And then that is a Cafe au Lait Rose. So Rose, Royal, and then regular Cafe au Lait. And those have been growing here at the corner of the little knot garden area. I brought my scarecrow out. See, did I leave that tag in there on purpose just so I could show you guys how cute everything looks? No, but I might as well show you how cute everything looks. Love this scarecrow from Plow and Hearth. I don't know if they still sell it. They might. I've had this one a few years now, but I did just, because I'm extra, I did tether some garlic leaves that I had cut off and tied them to the arms, so it gave it a little bit more of a, I don't know, a scarecrowy, whimsical feel. Oh, I moved a bench here too. This bench was on my patio, and I was going to get a different bench for here, but this bench matches that bench, and now it's like a whole thing. So that's that. Sorry, a little segue there. The greenhouse is cooling down finally. It's been very hot. I just got done watering my topiaries. Ooh, that's a giant cricket. Did you guys see that? But anyway, I knew I had the tag in here because I just saw it earlier. Okay, so I apologize once again for the late introduction. This is a Touch of Gold holly. I love, 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 love the bright color of it. 2 feet high, perfect, 4 feet wide. I love this one. So it is hardy zone 6 through 9. And again, I'm a zone 7. I really, really like this one. And you know what? Hold on. I actually potted one where I just placed it for right now, but I think I might plant it in here. It just, like I said, it just brightens up the space, and kind of, this is like always a dark corner for me, and I thought that pop there would be really pretty of bright color, and it is pretty. But this is it. This is the fall garden update. I'm so glad that I was able to show you guys the front again, and that I actually wanted to see the front again myself. So more to come. I've got fall bulbs to show you, and yeah, I hope you all are enjoying some cooler weather and able to get out and enjoy your garden. It's a good time of year to garden. The plants love to be planted, and I know I love to come out when it's not super hot and scorching out here. But I really want to thank you guys for watching and supporting my channel. Absolutely thank you so much for watching the video that Erin and I did from Longwood Gardens. It's over on her channel. It's a fun one. It's the Wine and Weeds, live from Longwood Gardens. It was so nice to be able to meet Erin in person. So check that video out if you haven't yet. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I sure hope that you would consider hitting the subscribe button. And I look forward to seeing you in a new video soon. Okay, I'm back. Do I just do this in every video? It seems like I do. I collect retro kind of paper mache, vintage looking, if not vintage, Halloween decorations, and I just wanted to show you my fireplace because I think it looks so cute. Of course, the boys always appreciate it. I was doing this before I even had children. Hold on, this owl he's getting tippy here. Hold on. So I did all this before I even had kids, so I can't use them as an excuse. But they appreciate it, and that makes me even happier. Luke got up from breakfast this morning, and he was like, hold on, I'll go back and finish eating in a minute. I want to look at all the cute guys. So here they are. A few little close-ups. I've been collecting these pieces over the last 25 years, and this is just some of them. You know, I have them kind of all throughout the house, but just thought I'd show you what the fireplace looks like. And yes, it is a lot of stuff, I know. It's not normally this busy, but it's busy and it's fun now because of the season, and the kids love it and I love it too. Okay, that's all. I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.